Are you begging? Are you begging? Beautiful, gorgeous friends. I hope you're all doing so incredibly well. I'm filming on my camera for the first time in a hot minute, and I was quickly reminded why, because I was just filming this part a few seconds ago, and after like a minute and a half my camera just randomly shut off. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on really quickly and tell you that I'm so incredibly grateful for all of you and all of your super encouraging comments on my last video about preparing to share my testimony. I'm so nervous and I'm still freaking out about it, but I'm not going to go into it blind. I'm taking notes and everything, and like I said before, it'll probably be a couple more months, maybe around like October, praying about it and just gonna see where the Lord leads on that. And I just, yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to share some bookish updates and something else really fun. And obviously, like I had shown you previously, Kaya's new collection, well, Fable with Goods collection, Kaya's the mastermind behind it, is just the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. I know I always say like, oh, this is my favorite collection ever. This one, hands down, my favorite collection ever. Like, it is just, it's Harmony core, and I love it so much. It's so funny, after I shared this on Instagram, I had a friend respond to my story about it, and she was like, so does she get like all of her inspiration from you? Because I feel like all of these are so like your vibe, and that was just very nice to say. But Kaya is an absolute mastermind artist, amazing. I mean, I could not have come up with all of this, so she's just incredible. Please, if you can, if you want to, I would highly encourage you to support her. I always have Fablewood goods linked in my description below, and my code honey15 will help you save on stuff, so please go support her. She is a gem of a human being, and she deserves all the love. So anyway, moving on really quickly to something very exciting for me. I'm sorry, it's probably not going to be exciting for you, but it's very exciting for me. But I got a copy of A Spy by Hannah Honegger. As I had mentioned in my last like couple videos, I had just recently read A Lady by her, and I absolutely loved it. It's historical fiction, romance, very subtle faith themes, and it was such a great book, and I loved it so much. Based during the American Revolution, and I finished it and was devastated that you can't find the second book anywhere. She sadly is not with the same publishing company that she was with, which is why all of her books were just like not available anymore, which is very, very sad. But Leanna, my dear friend in the Mothling book club that I've mentioned a few times, she is so wonderful. Go follow her. She is a cottage hobbit, and she's just fantastic. But she had also messaged Hannah, and Hannah was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much for reaching out, and she decided to send me and Leanna her book. Oh, I'm so excited. And I think she actually sent a few books to a few of you who ended up messaging her as well, and I just think that is so amazing. But yeah, she's not with the same publishing company, which is why her books are not currently available, but I'm hoping and praying that she is able to publish again sometime in the future. I don't know how the publishing world works, so I don't know if she'll be able to like come out with these same books with a different publishing company. I would think not, but I don't know. But I'm hoping that she continues writing and writes other stories, because she's just such a fantastic writer, and I love her stories so much. But yeah, I got A Spy, and I'm so excited about it. Oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful that she was willing to send these to us. And then she also sent me a couple cards. This one is super pretty, and then this one, I think I'm gonna end up keeping this one for myself. But I love it. And on the back, this is where it's from, but it's the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation. So cool. But she was so kind, and of course she actually did end up autographing the book. But it just says, Harmony, may this story remind us that just one choice can make a great impact. Oh, I love it. And she is just so sweet. She messaged me on Instagram and sent me a really long message that was just so nice, and she was just expressing her gratitude for me sharing, because I guess, like I said, a few of you ended up reaching out to her, so that is just so cool, and I'm just so thankful. And thank you to Leanna for messaging her, because I would not have thought of it, because, well, I probably would have thought of it, I think I did, but I was just like, I don't want to bother her. So, but I'm really grateful that Leanna ended up reaching out to her. But Leanna is currently reading A Lady, and then when she finishes that, we are going to buddy read A Spy. So very much so looking forward to that. And then my current read, I don't remember if I shared this with you guys or not, but I started Caraval, and it's okay. I'm not like loving it. I'm not super far into it though. I'm only 42 pages, which is not, I mean, it's, yeah, chapter 5. I'm about to start chapter 6. I really like the vibes of Stephanie Garber's mind. Like, this is kind of like Alice in Wonderland steampunkish kind of vibey, which is the same as Once Upon a Broken Heart. And I liked Once Upon a Broken Heart. I only read the first book in the trilogy, and I thought it was fun. It was a good time. I think I ended up giving it 3.5, maybe 4. It was a good story, but it's not something that I was like dying to pick up every time I put it down. And I'm kind of feeling the same way about this. Like, I've gone a few days without picking it up, and I'm kind of like, you know, like it's cool. I'm not obsessed with it, but the synopsis is pretty long, so I won't get into it, but I will say that there are 2 sisters, and then there is Caraval, which is like this competition fair thing, and one of the sisters ends up running away to it, and the other sister has to like rescue her. I don't really know, but The ending of the synopsis says, whether Caraval is real or not, Scarlet must find Tella, her sister, before the 5 nights of the game are over, or a dangerous domino effect of consequences will be set off and her beloved sister will disappear forever. So it sounds really fun and exciting, so I'm curious to see how it ends up playing out a little bit further into the story. Like I said, I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. It's just kind of a meh, good time, you know? But I also really want to read Mark of the Lion series this year. I couldn't remember what the series was called. I have the series on my shelf. I found it at the thrift store for $5 for all 3 books, which is amazing. And I asked my Mothling book club if they'd be interested in reading that together this summer, but I don't know if we'll end up getting to it. I know that Kai is like so busy with stuff, but I would really like to get to that this year. And then of course the other book that I'm reading, I think, yes, I did share with you guys in my last video, and that is my nonfiction book, which is The Gospel According to Jesus by John MacArthur. Oh, I am only 4 chapters in, so 62 pages, and it's a lot. It's like not heavy, but it's heavy hitting. He focuses a lot on lordship salvation, which is, it's hard to explain. It's not a works-based salvation, but it's more so that the evidence of salvation would be making Jesus Lord of our lives. So like we change after we are saved, after we come to know the gospel and come to know Christ. And our salvation isn't necessarily based on our works. Obviously, Ephesians talks very clearly about that, but we do works after our salvation. And I think that is just a really important topic nowadays, because I feel like a lot of churches have gone really kind of like progressive, like Jesus is your homie, you know Jesus, but then like your life doesn't show that. And I think that as Christians, our life should reflect that. Like after you get saved, there should be changes made in your life, not because you want to be saved or not because you have to, but because you love Jesus so much that it just naturally happens in your life. So John MacArthur is making that argument because there are a lot of theologians and pastors who teach the opposite of basically just like lip service salvation, of like, yeah, I know Jesus, I'm a Christian, but then like your life does not reflect that in any kind of way. So it's very good. It's just, it's a lot to take in, and it's, I don't know, it's really good, but my brain is having a hard time keeping up with it if I read too much in one night. So I'm literally only reading like 1 or 2, maybe 3 pages at a time, and then I have to like, whoa, sit and think about that. And like, it's really good, but it's just woofda. Those who reject his right to rule cannot expect to lay claim to him as savior. Good stuff. And that was only in the stinking prologue. Implicit obedience to his commandments is the necessary, expected, and natural fruit of genuine love for him. That kind of really encapsulates what I was just saying. This was a really good one that I will probably talk about more in my testimony video, but it says, clearly no past experience, not even prophesying, casting out demons, or doing signs and wonders can be viewed as evidence of salvation apart from a life of obedience. Oofda, that's good. Genuine assurance comes from seeing the Holy Spirit's transforming work in one's life, not from clinging to the memory of some experience. Oh my gosh, so good. And then he talks about unbelief and that versus like the struggle of the Christian, which I really appreciate. Anyway, this is just very good. Just know that it's oofda. It's a lot. It's like, whew. Every time I read something, I was like, oh, ouch. But like in a good way. It's just, yeah. The other thing was that I put a bunch of stickers on my Brewmate water bottle that I wanted to show you guys. It is so stinking cute. I think I had mentioned in my last video, maybe not, I don't know, I feel like I mentioned it recently, that I just really love like the American wilderness outdoors aesthetic. Like I love the deer and the wolves and bears and all of that kind of stuff, and then I kind of mixed it with a little bit of like dark cottage core vibey stuff. I love the lady stickers that I have on here. It's like Princess of the Woodlands, and I love it so much. I did end up getting a big pack of stickers like that, but I know I might get judgment for this, and that's fine. But it was an Amazon sticker pack, but it was like Witch of the Woods is what it was called. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna throw out everything that's like actually witchy in the pack. So I threw out like there were just like a stack of cards next to candles that was clearly supposed to represent like tarot cards, just stuff like that. And I had mentioned this in my last video, but I just don't believe that that kind of stuff like holds power. I don't believe that there are like demons attached to inanimate objects. Like I don't believe that. I believe that I'm protected from anything that I'm ignorant of. But I obviously, like I said, I just threw out all of those ones because I was like, okay, I don't want to like make it look like I'm supporting that kind of stuff. So I threw out all the bad ones and I just kept the cute ones that are clearly like innocent, like the mushroom stickers that were on there and the book. And there's a few with like candles, and like that one is so stinking cute. But like stuff that's not inherently evil or wrong, like that is not, there's nothing evil or witchy about that, you know? And I was gonna get into this and have a whole conversation about it, but people want to be all hyper spiritual about things like that, and I just don't give power to the enemy in that kind of way. I just don't. I threw out, like I said, I threw out the stickers that I got the ick from, that I felt a conviction about, and just kept the cute ones that don't have anything wrong with them, that are not evil. Really what it comes down to is just personal conviction, and I know that there are people who would not have even ordered that sticker pack because of the words and like because of what was on it. But if that's you, then cool. Personally, I just don't believe that kind of stuff has any power over me or has anything attached to it. And if it did, I threw it away. And I pray every day, and you know, I believe that the Holy Spirit protects me from anything stupid like that. So anyway, Oakley is so stinking cute. Oh my gosh, I just want to like squish his face. But yeah, I just wanted to keep this quick and short and just do a quick little like day in my life, kind of a little bit on a Saturday. Steven is working today, unfortunately, but my mom is actually going to be coming over in like an hour or two because my grandparents are coming into town from California, which is where I'm from, and I only get to see them every couple years, although I did see my grandma, my Nana. I'm not allowed to call her grandma. I do get to see my Nana. I saw her like last year. She came and visited, and then she also came I think the year before that, so I've gotten to see her a couple more times, but I haven't seen my Papa Joe in like 3 or 4 years, so I'm very excited to see him. They are going to be here for 2 weeks, so I'm very excited about that. My mom is getting surgery on Monday, so they're here to kind of just like help her out and take care of her and stuff. And then I took a few days off of work for the end of the time that they were here. As far as like a house update goes, we obviously, like I showed you earlier, we still don't have an oven and our water heater is still down, so we are still showering out of our camp shower bucket thing, and it's fine, you know, and our little hot plate is doing us well. We have some stuff we have to take care of outside of the home for a while, so we're not going to be getting to the project of tearing out our floors and everything that we need to do for a little while, which is unfortunate, but there are other priorities at the moment that I'm not going to get into. But yeah, just keep us in your prayers. Just, it's really all about timing right now, like having the time to do stuff. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I am going to get on with the rest. There's a monarch butterfly on the flowers. I'm going to read for a little bit, and I'm gonna pick some flowers out of the garden, and my mom will be here, like I said, in a couple hours, and I'm not sure if we're just gonna hang out here or go out and do something, but regardless, it'll be nice to see her because she actually plans on moving to California at the end of the year, so that's kind of sad, but she really wants to be closer to her mom and her sisters because my whole family lives out in California. I want her to be happy and be around people that she wants to be around. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so dearly, and Lord willing, I will see you guys in my next video.